Hello, boys and girls. Today in math, we're going to look at lesson 14-6, and we're going to use attributes to define three-dimensional, which is 3D, shapes. And when you're all done, you're going to be able to define 3D shapes by the number of edges, vertices, and faces or flat surfaces. So we're going to start with our visual learning video.
How do you define three-dimensional shapes? Let's find out. Three-dimensional or 3D shapes can be grouped in different ways. What is the name of this shape? It is a sphere. This shape is a rectangular prism. This is a cylinder. This is a cube. And this is a cone. How is a cylinder different from a cone?
Okay, so when we look, we see this is round, this is round, this like is probably flat up there, and this has a point. So that's the difference. Flat, 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 point.
A cylinder has two flat surfaces. A cone has only one. What is the shape of the flat surface on a cylinder or a cone?
Select your answer.
That's right, boys and girls. It's a circle.
The flat surface of each of these shapes is a circle. These shapes have edges and vertices. Their flat surfaces are called faces. How are the faces of a rectangular prism different from the flat surfaces of a cylinder?
Okay, so remember this is circular, and these are shaped like squares and rectangles. Okay.
A rectangular prism's faces are rectangles. A cylinder's flat surfaces are circles. The faces of a cube and a rectangular prism are all rectangles. A cube is a special rectangular prism that has squares for all of its faces.
Remember, a square is a rectangle too.
How is a sphere different from all of the other 3D shapes?
Drag each shape to its description. Some shapes may have the same description.
It has edges, vertices, and faces that are rectangles. It has two flat surfaces that are circles. That's right, the cylinder. It has one flat surface that is a circle. Very good. And we say the best for last. It has no flat surfaces, no edges, no vertices. That's right. That's our new shape, our sphere. Come on. Can't get it to move. Well, this belongs here, but for some reason, it is not moving anywhere.
A sphere is a 3D shape that has no flat surfaces, no edges, and no vertices. Now you know some ways to define 3D shapes.
Okay. All right. So let's move on, boys and girls, to our guided practice. Okay. So number 1 has been done for us. It says guided practice. Write how many faces or flat surfaces and vertices each 3D shape has. So this is a rectangular prism, and it has number of faces or flat surfaces 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, it has a front, a back, a top, a bottom, a side, and a side. So that's 6. How many number of vertices? Number of vertices. Vertices are the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't see. We see 7, but we can't see 8. But there is 8. And edges are the straight lines that hooks it together. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It has 12. Okay, here's our cone. So number of faces or flat surfaces, that's correct. It just has 1. Number of vertices, that's the points. It has 1. Number of edges. So edges are the lines. This has no lines, so it has no edges. All right, let's go to our next screen, our independent practice. Okay, so we're continuing. It says, here's the objects. Number of faces or flat surfaces. This is a sphere. It has 0 faces or flat surfaces. Number of vertices. I don't see any points there or corners. 0. Number of edges. No straight lines, no edges. 0. That's why it's our special shape. Here's our cube. Number of flat surfaces. It has 6. Number of vertices, which are the points, the little corners where the points are. It has 8 of those. And number of edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom. And then we go right there and count those. Going around it, that's right, 12. This is our cylinder. It's a drum, but it's a cylinder. So number of flat surfaces, that's correct. It has 2. Number of vertices, there's no points on this cylinder. 0. And number of edges, another 0. It has, like how that has the straight lines, it has none on the cylinder. Okay, at the bottom it says Lily has an object that looks like a 3D shape. The object has 2 flat surfaces and 0 vertices. Draw an object that Lily could have. So it has 2 flat surfaces and no points. So it could be a drum because, let's see if I can draw it. I'm not good at drawing 3D shapes. Okay, it would be something like that, but it would be rounded all the way around. That's why my base looks like that. Probably shouldn't have made it. I should have tried to make it look more like that, but I'm not an artist. So this is the best I can do. You can tell it is a cylinder. Looks like kind of like a trash can, huh? Okay, so let's go to our next screen. Okay, I'm going to talk about number 7 and number 10, and you can do numbers 8 and 9 yourself. Okay, so number 7 says, this shape is a cone. Talking about this shape right here. Which shape below is also a cone? And how do you know? Well, look, it has the flat bottom. All these both have flat bottoms, but a cone has a point, and this one has a point. So we know the red one is a cone also because a cone has a point on it. Okay, so that's how you can tell the difference between a cone and a cylinder. Number 10 says, I have 6 faces. I have 8 vertices. Which 3D shape could I be? Choose 2. Okay, we already know that it cannot be a sphere because a sphere is like a bowling ball. So we know that's not it. A cube, yes, it has 6 faces and 8 vertices. So that's one of our choices. And a rectangular prism looks, it also has 6 faces and 8 vertices because remember it's going to be a rectangle, a 3D rectangle. Think of a tissue box. A tissue box is a perfect example of a rectangular prism. So, and a cylinder we know has 2 flat surfaces or 2 faces, so it wouldn't be a choice. So cube and rectangular prism. Okay, boys and girls, make sure you're completing all of your assignments. Go to Pearson and make sure you're working on your Pearson. If you're all caught up with everything, go back into iReady and work on your iReady math and iReady reading. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.